Hello, hello, bitches! Today we will be discussing the parasocial relationships all of us mostly had with the scene queens. Obviously, I have to kick this off with I'm not talking shit about anyone. If you are a fan, current day fan of any of the scene queens, or a fan from back in the day, I'm not talking shit about you. This is just like a retrospective, reflective type of piece that I wanted to make. And yes, I know it's very ironic because my whole channel is essentially created because I was a fan of Audrey Kitching back in the day, and I wanted to just yap about that whole side of the internet. It doesn't matter which scene queen was your favorite, Audrey Kitching, Hanna, Beth, etc. We are all mostly guilty of forming a parasocial relationship with our favorite scene queens, and here's why this was kinda wild looking back. Audrey and Hanna never wanted to be famous. Especially in Hanna's case, she was just a lonely girlie who had no friends at school, so she turned to the internet. It's not either of their faults that random girls in the middle of nowhere thought they were cool and wanted to consume all the internet content available about these two random girls. I myself was one of these girlies who watched all the BuzzNet videos, watched all the makeup tutorials, watched all the Q&As, anything Audrey Kitching and Hanna Beth I was watching, and obviously they still both hold a special place in my heart or this entire channel wouldn't exist. I look back and it's like, at 15, I was a fan of this random girl from New Jersey who had pink hair. No shade to any Audrey fans because I was one too, clearly, and still am based on my whole channel aesthetic. But when you think about it like that, yeah, we were really living in a different time. We liked these girls because they were either friends with people or dated people in bands that we liked. They lived in LA, got cool opportunities just because they had internet fame already and people liked their personalities. And it was easy to feel attached, quote unquote, to Hanna and Audrey because, like I said, they were just girls. With huge internet followings, but still literally just girls. When it comes to how famous they got from the niche corner of the emo/scene part of the internet, it's wild looking back at this because they never knew that this would become a thing. Audrey Kitching and Hanna Beth were the blueprint. They invented being an influencer. As you can tell by the countless videos they uploaded where fans would ask what MAC lipstick they used or about their favorite eyeliner. Someone out in the universe bought a Skelanimals hoodie because Audrey and Hanna were the models for it. If that was you, please tell me in the comments because I'm jealous I never got one. Okay, back to the parasocial relationships and how this internet fame made us just ask the most random questions to these girls. Take this Q&A with Audrey and Zui Suicide, for example. Somebody asks Zui, how's your daughter? Now, I famously didn't keep up with this chick, so I don't know if there's context behind this, or if it's just somebody seeing a scene queen who has a kid, which that obviously wasn't common back in the day, and just being like, I know you have a kid, let me ask you how your kid is, just a random question. The question doesn't bother me. It's the fact that we don't know who's asking it. We don't know if this is a 13-year-old girl. We don't know if this is an older man. The access we had to these scene queens was kind of wild. I'm not saying every single parasocial relationship is bad because obviously if I didn't become a fan of Audrey Kitching when I was 15, I wouldn't have this channel and have my little own community of people that I can just yap to about these scene queens that I liked back in the day. I'm just saying parasocial relationships can get dangerous if they get dangerous, if you know what I mean. Like, if Hanna Beth had a stalker, that would be dangerous. If Audrey Kitching came back to the internet and then also had, like, somebody just viciously wanting to know where she is at all times, that would be a problem. You see what I mean? So yeah, not all parasocial relationships are bad. I feel like, again, some of them can inspire you to create stuff. In my case, obviously, Audrey Kitching was a big inspiration for this channel. But yeah, looking back, it's just kind of crazy how much access we had to these scene queens. And it's even crazier when you just look back and you're like, I was obsessed with a girl from New Jersey who had pink hair. All in all, I didn't make this video to talk shit. It's just a thing I wanted to yap about because when you think about it, it is kind of crazy that we were fans of these random girls that we thought we knew because we watched them on YouTube or were friends with them on MySpace or followed their Tumblr. These random girls who didn't know that they were literally creating something that had never been done before. Shout out to Audrey Kitching and Hanna Beth, the real influencers. And of course, shout out to all the random lonely 15-year-old girlies who lived in the middle of nowhere who wanted to be Audrey Kitching or Hannah Beth. I totally get it.